Okay, so we are going to start our life skills lesson for some time. Might be here for some time, and then after that, I will leave you to complete the assignments. Start. Now. Okay, so I believe we can see my screen. Okay, can we all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So today we are looking at something called etiquette. And I know most of you must be wondering why life skills, why what? So life skills is a very broad thing. But for those of you who don't know what life skills is, these are just skills that help us cope with life and cope with the dynamic life, because life is very dynamic. Things keep changing here and there. But with life skills, it equips you with the knowledge to know how to cope with the different life situations. So we have a number of topics when it comes to life skills. There are so many topics. Talk about self-awareness. You can talk about self-esteem. You can talk about empathy. You talk about self-control. When you look at, let me first look. When you look at dealing with grief, dealing with pain, and maybe stress, coping with stress, could be coping with depression, and so on. We talk about mental health, talk about relationships and all that. So life skills is a very wide thing. And these are simply skills that are beyond academics. In that, as we don't only focus on academics, yes, you can have academics, but you don't have self-control. You can be good in academics, but you're not aware about yourself. You're not aware about your emotions. You're not aware of what makes you angry and what makes you happy. So through life skills, you're able to know yourself. You're able to know how to deal with the different life challenges. So life skills help us cope with life challenges, because life has so many challenges. But if you don't have the life skills, you might end up really being depressed, being stressed, and all that. So and through life skills, we're also able to solve social problems and then socialize well with others. And then we're also able to build healthy relationships, whether be it with our parents, be it with our friends, be it with our colleagues, be it with the teachers at school, and so on. So life skills is that interesting, and I hope you're going to enjoy. You're going to enjoy this topic. So that is what life skills are. And today, basically, we are looking at etiquette under life skills. Could somebody read for us the definition of etiquette, if you can see my screen very well? Yes, Daniel?
Etiquette is defined as formal rules and manners that are considered sacred and acceptable in society.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daniel. Malaika? Okay, yes, Malaika, your hand is up. So someone is saying the words are very small. I don't know how is it. I've tried to zoom in a little. I hope that is better.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so when you talk about etiquette is simply formal rules and manners that are considered sacred and acceptable in a society. So you know that in the societies that we come from, people believe in so many things. And we believe that without etiquette, it's very hard for us to survive in the societies that we come from. So we have the different things that we are supposed to do in different places, or how we are supposed to behave in different places. So we have social etiquette, and these are the types of etiquette. We have social etiquette, and so when you talk about social etiquette, is one of the most important etiquettes in the society is social etiquette, as it informs an individual about the norms and behavior that society considers acceptable. So meaning this has to do with the society or the things that the society believes is the right thing for us to do. So that is what we call social etiquette. I don't know, could we just maybe brainstorm on the different things that the society expects us to do? Could we just mention some of the things that the society really expects us to do? Like how are we supposed to behave in the society? Anyone? Calvin, you're breaking a little, but I think I heard greeting elders. That's very true.
Yeah.
Greeting. Can talk about greeting elders and kneeling when you're greeting an elder, and then we can talk about maybe not pocketing when greeting an elder. You can talk about not chewing in public or when greeting an elder and all that. So that is what we call social etiquette. And then meeting etiquette. So this is the type of etiquette which informs individuals about the styles one should give preference to while attending maybe seminars, meetings, or even an event. How do you behave when you're in a meeting? Maybe it is a class meeting. Maybe it's a dorm meeting. How do you behave? If you've gone for a seminar to maybe a particular school, how do you behave when you're there? And then we have, of course, wedding etiquette. So wedding etiquette, these are really wedding etiquettes in place that inform individuals that one should not be late, should not should behave sensibly, and not drink too much during weddings. I know you've seen people that even take 4 bottles of soda. People take a lot of food during weddings. They dance the way they want. They forget that they are in a public place. So talk about a wedding etiquette. There's also etiquette that really governs how someone is supposed to behave during a wedding. Then we have corporate etiquette. This type of etiquette informs individuals about how an individual should behave at his workplace and maintain dignity. So corporate, how do you behave in your workplace? I know now you're just in S1, but later on in future, you'll get jobs, you'll start working, but how do you behave while you're there? So how you behave really matters a lot. And then we have something we call bathroom etiquette. So this type of etiquette refers to the rules that an individual should follow if he is using public or office toilets. Like you as a person, you know, at times you go to a bathroom and then you don't know how to use a bathroom. You people know how in some schools you go to, because in schools most of us share bathrooms. No one has their own bathroom. So people go to the bathroom. Other people even do poo-poo in a bathroom. Other people will susu in a bathroom and not even pour water there. Other people will even spit and leave their things there. Other people will cough and leave their stuff in a bathroom. People, that is not how we are supposed to behave. If you have used the bathroom, use the bathroom well. Then after that, organize it well. Organizing it well by leaving it clean in a way that if there is a you're supposed to just clean the bathroom well. But other people will be in the bathroom and really, like, what they do there is, you're like, is this really a human being? So it is very important to use those bathrooms well. If you're at school, if you have finished showering, just shower and then pour water and then go out. For example, girls, let me take an example of girls. I know that most of us go through the monthly period. I know that boys here will start laughing, but it's normal to go through that process. You go through your periods, and then at times you leave blood in the bathroom. You forget that after showering, you're supposed to pour water for whatever blood is there, whatever blood maybe that might have dropped on the ground to be maybe washed away by the water, but you leave your things there. Then the next person that comes in to use the bathroom really sees things that are really very, very funny. Please, boys, I don't expect you to laugh. This is very normal for us as girls to go through. So please don't laugh. We are here and we are all learning. So it is good to really keep the bathroom clean after. Then we have something called with the bathroom. I think I'll also talk about the toilet. Let me see, the toilet etiquette. When you talk about the toilet etiquette, people even in the toilet, some of us can mess. I have gone to a toilet, a public toilet, and you feel like, guy, was this toilet used by a human being or was it used by an animal? Like, you people can really do their things even on top of the toilet and leave it like that. So whom are you leaving it for? That is not good manners. You assume you are the one that maybe cleans that place. How do you feel? So it is not good to do that. Even in school, some people will do their things in that, you'll poo-poo, do your things in the toilet, and then after that, you start writing it on the wall. Am I lying, people? Please, you can put it in the chat and tell me whether I'm lying. Have you gone to toilets and people have written on the walls using their poo-poo? Can you imagine? People, do you know the germs that you're carrying from the toilet to your food, to your books, to your wear, to everywhere? Because the moment you get poo-poo on your hand, that is already, and then some of you even don't wash your hands after the toilet. So you can imagine where the germs are going. So in simple terms, it is good to really please be sensible and use the toilet well. Do your things and then flush. If there is no water, go outside, go to the tap, fetch water, and then go back inside and pour water on your things. You people, those things look bad. You can imagine, and then some of us in these schools, it is our fellow students that clean the toilets. So can you imagine? Like your fellow student is going to clean your things. Vicky, am I lying? Vicky, am I lying? So like it is your fellow students that really clean these things. So can you imagine if your friend really goes to the toilet and cleans for you the poop that you did there, your own poop, and then you leave it there for someone else to come and clean. And then some of you even still go to the toilet, instead of directing your things to the inside part of the toilet, put it up. Like for real. If people don't you know how to measure? You do mathematics and you're told you're supposed to do things 100 over degrees, something, or 90 degrees. So people, it is really just good to mind about somebody else's emotions. How will someone really feel if they are, even if it is at home? It's true. Some of us have maybe the house helps. We have people that help us clean, and then other people, yes, you have them. But all the same, people, we need to really be responsible. We need to be responsible because even those people have feelings. So if you go to the toilet and you do your things there, for the boys, you'll go there and then you susu on top of the toilet. And then you leave it like that. You people, if you susu on top of the toilet, please wipe off your susu. Some of you will susu there and then you leave it. Or some of you even will susu on the floor and then you leave it like that. Whom are you leaving it for? You people. So it is good to really be considerate. Be considerate about people's emotions. That is what the toilet. And then some people, of course, will use toilet paper. Like, for example, you go to the toilet and then you want to roll a very big piece of toilet paper, imagine. Maybe you just went there and did some small susu, or it might even be the poop or something. And then you go there and roll a very big piece of toilet paper, maybe because you're not the one who buys the toilet paper. You people, please be considerate. Yes, it might be your parents, but they also feel the pinch. Because, like, for real, it is expensive to buy toilet paper like on daily basis. So be considerate, roll a small piece that you can use and finish, but do not just roll because it is there. And then some of you will still do that, then throw your toilet paper everywhere in the toilet, every small pieces all around the toilet. People, please. And then apart from that, we have eating. Now we have something called business etiquette. This might not really apply to us now, but in future, this etiquette guides us to the profession and helps them in conducting, helps the force to the professionals and helps them in conducting business deals in ethical and effective manner. So that is business etiquette. Then we have eating etiquette. People, this one I have to talk about it. I don't want to mention people's names. People might not look at me the right, like, okay, people might look at me with another eye, but you people, some of us don't know how to eat. Like, do you know you're on the dining table, or you're even in the dining hall, PH, or dining room in your schools, and then you've served yourself food, and then you're eating like, like even people who are sitting next to can even hear you eat. You people, you should chew food like slowly, much slowly, and then after that, swallow. But this business of eating food with a lot of force, you eat and then your mouth is all there, you're eating, you're talking, you're doing this. And actually we are advised to always keep quiet while talking. But some of us want to eat, you want to talk, you want to eat, you want to talk. And then as you talk, you keep spitting food to people that are even seated next to you. I have seen people do that, but class S1s, I am telling you, it is very, very embarrassing. Like, do you know it is really very embarrassing? Like, if you're that kind of a person, please change. In future, your wives will run away from you. You boys, your wives will run away from you for doing that. You women, ladies, the girls here, the likes of Vicky, the likes of Malaika, please don't do that. Like eating, and then you're here talking, you're spitting food all over the place. You people, those boys will run away from you just because you're doing that. Not now, but in future. And you'll struggle settling or getting a husband in future because you do such things. Or even people around you will look at you with a very bad eye. They'll be like, my God, who trained this one? So it is good. It is good that it is good to eat well while in public. It is good to really eat like a lady. It's good to eat like a gentleman, because it really says a lot. Then still about eating etiquette is, please, in case you eat, don't start borrowing food from your friends. Just go back to the cook and ask for more food. Even if it is at home, if you're serving food, you're on the dining and maybe you're the first one to start serve food, and maybe it's chicken or it's meat or it's fish or it's that nice meal that you love, please serve knowing that somebody else is also coming to serve. You don't serve thinking you're the only one. Some of you will take 4 pieces of chicken, and imagine maybe there were like maybe 6 pieces of chicken in that dish, and then you eat 4 pieces, and then the people that haven't eaten the chicken are like 5 people. Can you imagine? And you have already eaten 4 pieces. You have served yourself almost all the meat. So my class, my dearest S1, let's be considerate when you're serving food on the table, on the dining. Serve, and at times we serve so much and then you even fail to finish it. So serve what you can finish. Serve and know that, okay, I'll eat this and finish. But some of us, we really misbehave and we want to eat so much. And so that is eating etiquette. And then you're not, of course, I mentioned that you're not supposed to talk while the mouth is full. And then thank the person serving you food. I don't know how many of us really take time to thank those cooks in our schools, saying, thank you so much, Chukomero, for serving me food. If maybe the person is called Daudi, thank you, Uncle Daudi, for the food. Or even just thanking the cateress. So it is good to really thank the person that has served, even if it's at home. You can thank that auntie of yours for serving you food. Thank mommy for serving you food. It really tells a lot, and it shows that you really appreciate what you have eaten. And then do not leave the table until everyone has finished eating. So this is also another one that we need to take note. But if it's a school, it is at school. I know different schools have different things they do. So you do what you're expected to do in a school. So that is it about eating etiquette. And then we have the telephone etiquette. This one, some of us fall under this place. When you're talking on phone, and then you want the whole village to hear that you have a phone. Hello, yes, I am here waiting for you. How are you? Like you're really shouting at the top of your voice. You get it? Like even people that are passing, people will pass and start looking at you and be like, hasn't that girl ever used a phone? Hasn't that boy ever used a phone? So it is good to really use a very low tone. It is good to use a low tone while talking on phone. So this type of etiquette informs individuals about how they should behave on telephone, how to interact with others, not putting someone on hold for a long time. Then some of you, someone will call you and then you put them on hold for a very long time because you're talking to somebody else. Then greeting the other person and keeping your tone and pitch at a perfect level are a basic telephone etiquette one should always follow. Like you should not keep someone on hold. Some of you will keep someone on hold just because you don't want to talk to them. Some of you will even mute yourselves while the other person is talking, and then for you're there. Muted. People, it is really bad. Manners. Bambi, my boys and my girls. Sorry about that. So please not what? You should not do that. It's not good manners. Okay. Some people are asking in the chat, what am I talking about? Okay. Okay, so I'm happy that at least people are getting what we are talking about. Okay, so that is it. And so let's look at examples of basic etiquette. I hope you can still Okay, so the first example is be yourself and allow others to treat you with respect. Oh, please, if I am stepping on your leg, on your toes today, please forgive me because I want us to study and I want us to learn that it is good to have etiquette or to behave well. So the first basic etiquette is be yourself. Daniel, we are talking about etiquette. Be yourself and allow others to treat you with respect. Let this one sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Who you are is perfectly acceptable and you're worthy of being treated courteously. Working out the rough edges can be like a lifelong process, but now is really a good time to start yourself. Like even when you're behaving, be yourself and accept yourself for who you are. It is a good way of observing etiquette. Some of us have never accepted ourselves for who we are. You know that here we can have Malaika can never be Vicky. Neither be Vicky can be Malaika. They are two different people. So the time you really choose to accept the way to accept yourself for who you are, that is the beginning of everything. You'll start seeing things in a very good way. And even practicing this etiquette will not be a hard thing for you. Here, Daniel can never be Calvin, and neither will Calvin be Daniel. They are two and then it is good to say thank you. Just say thank you. When somebody gives you a compliment or does something nice, the best respect is a simple thank you. And also please remember to say please, excuse me, you are welcome. So I don't know how many times have we taken time to just say thank you. Please ask yourself that. How often do we say thank you? Thank you for this. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much for calling. it is good to say that. I don't know how many times have some of us taken time just to even thank our parents for everything they do for us. You just going back home and telling your mom, thank you so much, mommy, for paying my fees. Just going back home and telling your daddy, thank you so much, daddy, for paying fees. Thank you so much, daddy, for everything. Thank you for the grab. Thank you for the basic needs. Thank you for the upkeep. How many of us have ever taken time and done that? Please, it is really very important to thank your parents, thank your teachers, even thanking our teachers at the end of the term. How many of us have ever just taken time and thanked our teachers for all they do for us? And then also remember to always say, please, like, please, can I use your pen? Please, can I put on your dress? Maybe it is at home. Saying that how many, which is good to just say, please, excuse me. Then if someone maybe tells you thank you, it's good to tell that person you're welcome. That is just good manners. And then give genuine compliments. It is also another form of etiquette. Like a fundamental rule of good manners is to give. When you meet someone, you can always think of a genuine compliment to give along with your attention and interest. A hello, how are you is not often enough. Be generous with sincere words of praise, warm greetings, sympathy. What I'm trying to say is, when talk about a genuine compliment, people, if someone is smart, it is just good to tell that person, you are very smart. If someone has nice hair, it's good to tell that person, you have nice hair. If that person is very beautiful, you can say, hey, you're so beautiful. Yes, it's good to give compliments. But some of you even don't give, you meet a friend who is very smart and you don't even mention it. So it's good to give. And the compliment should be genuine, not compliment. Don't compliment someone if someone is really putting on a very shaggy, a torn trouser. Someone has a torn shirt, and then you're telling that person, you're very smart. Where did you buy your trouser from? So if someone has a very tight dress, very short and tight dress, and then you're telling that person, your dress is so smart, you girl, you're so smart. Just imagine this person is putting on a very short, tight dress. You people, please don't do that. At least you better tell that person, your dress is short. Could you try to put on something nice next time? So it is not good to really give compliments that are not genuine. Give genuine compliments. I don't know who is that has not muted. Please mute. Some of us are still learning to use WhatsApp. Please, let's use WhatsApp well. Joanna, keep quiet. Yes, so I was saying that it is good for us to really give genuine compliments. Then the other form of etiquette is to do not be boastful, arrogant, or loud. Being boastful, some people will always boast of what they have. Very proud. I can do mathematics very well. I am the best in class. I am this, like they're always very boasting about everything, even about the small things. My pencil is better than yours. My pen is better than yours. My book is neater than yours. Like they're always boasting. People, that is not good etiquette. Etiquette, you must not be boastful. Don't be boastful. Don't be arrogant. Even in the way you talk to your friends, the way you talk to your parents, the way you talk to your teachers, be humble and be very disciplined. Don't be arrogant. Some of you, even your sister will just ask you, have you seen my dress? And you're like, come and remove it from my hair. Come and remove it from my back. Like, come and remove it from my eye. You know, those things, you're being very arrogant. Your parents even just tell you, next time, please don't come back home late. And then you're like, leave me alone. This is my life. You get it? Those things, the people, that is being very arrogant. Senior ones, it is good to always be very respectful to our parents. And then being very loud, like you want to be heard. You're always shouting here and there. When they tell you something, you're just shouting. Your sister tries to tell you, come and sweep the house, you're there shouting. Every time it is always me sweeping the house. What about so and so? She has a reason why she told you to sweep the house. So it is good to listen and not be very loud when we are told to do things. And then listen before speaking. Here, you people. Some people just love speaking. Like they don't even listen before speaking. They're always ready to speak. They're always ready to say something. They're always ready to say something. So it is good to listen before speaking. Listen, and then after that you speak. So respect for others is a requirement for good manners. Listening to others is a way to show respect. Be genuinely interested in others by learning their names and encouraging them. So at times, because when you speak without listening, you can actually do a lot of mistakes. And like when you sit, even when your parents are talking to you at home, it is good to listen. First, listen to them, listen to what they want to say. And then after that, you respond. But now what some of you really do is you want to really react so fast. They tell you something and you're already saying. They tell you something and you're already, your mouth is just. So your mouth is always ready to say something even before listening. So it's good to listen and then after that, speak. And then you speak with kindness. Speaking with kindness, speak knowing that you're speaking to a human being. Some of you will just throw your words, throw them the way you want, say things the way you want. Like you always want to say things to people, not knowing that whatever you're saying to them will hurt that person or not. So people, please, it is good to speak with kindness, because speak to people the same way you'd love that person to speak to you. Are we together, class? Please, I'm not trying to really step on anyone, but I really want us to be good people. One time I want you to think and really appreciate people for who they are. Some of you will speak and then what you're speaking, your body posture is not right. Like you're speaking, but your face is showing something else. And then you meet someone, then you look at them from head to toe. You looking at them while moving your head around, then your hand, you're moving your hand. But do you know who I am? Then you're shaking your head. Like, you know, people, you're not doing that with kindness. It is not good. What does the other person feel when you're doing that to them? It is good if someone has wronged you, correct that person well, but don't look at people from head to toe, undermining them, seeing as if they were not created in the image of God like you. And then avoid criticizing and complaining. Complaining, you people, some of you will never stop complaining, even about the list of things. You'll complain about the food, you complain about the teachers, you complain about the textbook, you complain about your book, you complain about the prefect, you complain about what? You complain about your sibling, you complain about your mother, you complain about your father. Your life is always about complaining. It is not good. Please learn to always appreciate. And then always be punctual. If you're going to class for prep, if you're supposed to be there for sports, if you're supposed to be eating, always be punctual. And then people, please do not embarrass others. This one, some of you will stop someone on the way. Someone has, maybe you've had Maybe you've heard that maybe someone has talked about you. You're not even sure that this person has actually really talked about you. And then you stop someone on the way in the middle of maybe something, and then like many people are there, many of your friends are there. Excuse me, what did you say about me? You're so stupid. Look at yourself, look at your head, look at your nose, look at your what? You know, like you're really embarrassing that person. Instead of you just going there and then talking to the person and then asking them, maybe if it was Joanna, you're like, Joanna, I heard that you said that I am short. Like, then the owner would tell you that, no, it's not like I said you are short. I was just saying that I love your short, I love your height. Then I just explained that I love your height. You're short in a way that I really like it. You see, it is a good compliment. But some of you will stop Joanna on the way, and then you start blasting Joanna, start telling Joanna how wicked she is, how she's not even bright in class, how she's very what, how she's not even dressed well, how, like, you see, you're really embarrassing someone. And some of us go to mixed schools. Can you imagine in a mixed school, there are boys, there are girls, and then you're really embarrassing someone. Even us going around carrying Lugambo from one class to another, forgetting that you're embarrassing someone. Or maybe you have someone in dorm that susus, or someone that pees on bed. You know, someone that really urinates on their bed. And then you go to class and you're telling everyone. And then your classmates will also take that thing to another class. They also take that thing to another dorm. Can you imagine you're really embarrassing someone? So everyone will know that, wow, that Joanna really susus on her bed. Or you talk about people in a very bad way. Please, people, stop embarrassing others. It's not good etiquette. And then avoid rude jokes. You know, at times you might think you're joking. Like, there are people that really don't like jokes. Other people like jokes. So it is good to learn the type of person that you are talking to. Like, first learn that if I say this, how will she take it? If I tell her that she's short, some people, but they don't like being their height, their complexion. They don't like those things being talked about. So if you're commenting about somebody's height, you're commenting about somebody's teeth, and some people take them so personal. For you might be joking, but the other person doesn't take it as a joke. So it will be more of an embarrassment to them. So before you say something to someone, learn the kind of person that they are before you say something. I know of a student I teach. She doesn't, she's this kind of a person who doesn't like people making fun of her height. Like, when someone one day told her, you're so short. Do you know this girl cried and cried and cried and cried just because she was told she was short? I had to do a lot for that girl to really come back to herself, telling her to appreciate herself for who she is, and that the other person was just joking. And it's true, she was really short, but some people don't like that. Then there was also someone that doesn't like being referred to by her surname. But someone really mentioned her surname, and she didn't mention the name well. Like, she didn't pronounce the name well. And this girl cried. I think when the surname was mentioned, it meant something different. And this person really cried a lot. So it is good to know people, learn people before you say anything to them. Are we together, class? I hope we are together.
Yes,
and
teacher.
then act and look your best. And then act and look your best is that please try to always be very smart. Be smart, put on your best. If it's the best shoe, when you're going out there in public, you're going to church, maybe you're going to wherever place, maybe the market or where, please just always be smart. Yes, it's good. Tells a lot about you. I'm just going to read through basic rules of etiquette in family and school. Respect the belonging of each other. Use polite language all times. Make use of words like thank you, please, sorry, and then respect everyone's personal space. Then pick up your things. Do not wait for others to do so. Be on time for meals. Especially, Joanna, keep quiet. Okay. Especially if everyone is eating at the same table, then do not talk with your mouth full. Do not interrupt someone when he is speaking. Put the onus on listening. And then do not yell at each other. Do not call names in front of children, as they will easily pick up the bad language. Like some of you maybe have small siblings. So you call yourself very bad names, yet they are listening. They also pick up the same from you. Then be cautious of comments and images on social media platforms. And then I'm going to read a few tips of making conversation using good manners. Make please and thank you part of your daily conversation. When someone says thank you, you say you're welcome. Then avoid words such as ha, or and yeah. Instead, pause and think before speaking to someone. Then keep your tone of voice pleasant, and then take care with friendly put downs. And then take turns while talking and avoid telling long stories or sharing too many details. Some of us even share so many details with our friends. Could be about our families, could be about ourselves, and then the friends we tell end up going around talking about us. Then be a good listener by nodding your head and making eye contact when you're talking to someone. Then do not interrupt while someone else is talking. Then depending on the generation you're communicating with, consider not emailing, texting, or talking on electronic devices while conversing with someone. For many, this is interpreted as disrespectful. But as I said, depending on the generation you are communicating with, some people would prefer face-to-face. Like I'm assuming maybe you want to address something to the head teacher of your school, and then you're using WhatsApp, saying, excuse me, sir, last holiday, I did not like the computer lab. You see, that is being disrespectful. Or last holiday, such and such a teacher caned me. You see, it's being disrespectful. It's good to just walk to the head teacher's office and then you report and mention something that you didn't like. Otherwise, I'm going to receive questions. Anyone with a question before we close? Okay, let me start with Edward.
Excuse me, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Edward.
Good afternoon. What does the word honest mean? The word honest, what does it mean?
Edward, I think you're breaking a little.
What does the word honest mean?
Oh, the word honest meaning, let me just read that. Where is the, let me just read it again. Put the onus on listening. Like when you talk about put the onus on listening is more of a responsibility. Like you put your mind to listening to that person. Like someone is trying to talk to you. It is more of a responsibility, your responsibility to listen to that person. So have that responsibility of listening to that person. In simple terms, that's what it means. Like put your mind to what that person is saying. I hope you've heard that.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Edward. Any other question, class? I can see some people's hands up. Okay, so the hands are now down. Okay, yes, Infinix. Infinix Smart. Someone is asking, teacher, do we have lessons every day? Yes, Williams, you've had lessons from last week. And when you join the WhatsApp group, please, you will see the timetable there. There's a timetable. So please ensure that you attend these lessons. People, I just hope that my lesson has been really, that you have benefited from today's lesson. I hope that it didn't just go in vain. I believe that you have really benefited, that you've understood what really etiquette is. For those who have just joined, we first started with the lesson, English language, and we started with the dialogue. And then after the dialogue, we did, the etiquette. We've been looking at etiquette and all that. So I hope that the lesson was beneficial and that most of us really were able to benefit from the lesson. Any question? I don't know, whoever has the timetable, you could post the timetable to the chat. We have a timetable. I want people to get the timetable. Let me just see whether I can get that timetable from the WhatsApp group.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
I am not in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, I'm just going to, someone please help me? Resend the link.
I have sent the timetable in the chat.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let me just see whether we can see. Yes, thank you so much, Neymar, for the timetable. Somebody please also send the links to the different WhatsApp groups. I had posted it. The link. Okay, let me just copy this again. I hope someone has posted it. I don't know. Someone posted the link to the different WhatsApp groups. Let me see.
No, teacher, they have not yet.
Okay, let me just look for them once again. Okay. So I hope you've seen I have just posted the links to the different WhatsApp groups. Please only join the S1 WhatsApp group because that is where you're supposed to be. So that is where we post, the timetable is there. That is where we remind you about the lesson. Some teachers also post their work there. Okay, so I don't know, anyone with a question? So thank you so much for joining today's lesson. Malaika, please, I have added you. I've sent the link. Just click on the link and join the WhatsApp group. Could we have somebody close with a word of prayer?
Teacher, they refused. I tried to log in, but they refused.
No, it is on. It is really on. Yes, Edward. Edward, you can pray.
Almighty and Father, we thank you for this lesson that we've had. Please let it be a blessing to us all. Let us put into practice all that we've learned. Dear Lord, help us to understand more, and let us please our parents and the Lord and our teachers through what we've learned. Through Jesus Christ, we pray.
Amen. Thank you so much, Edward, for that wonderful prayer. And I wish you all a good evening. And my regards to your parents.